Hi there YouTube, it's Livery here. Been a little while since we did a GA tour, so it's time to take the old Diamond DA40 out of Rockhampton. Big flight today. We'll be flying all the way across from Rockhampton to Longreach, mostly IFR. Epic flight, 2 and a bit hours, even at 160, 170 knots. Distance of 355 nautical miles. We'll be flying IFR today. Rockhampton, the Whiskey 664 airway to Lipku, and the Whiskey 240 to Longreach. So we'll be on autopilot for a lot of this flight. We'll be at maximum power, well, maximum speed anyway. Right up there on the yellow band. 16,000 feet. We'll be using the cannula, the fake cannula, for oxygen, because we do need to be on O2 up at any altitude above 10,000 feet in Australian airspace. I know you could probably manage a little bit higher than that if you're a fit pilot, which I'm probably not really. I'm an unfit pilot, and nevertheless it is a legal requirement. 10,000 feet on O2. Let's jump in, get our doors open. Opens up pretty well, this airplane. Back door there as well, with an extra 3 seats. One thing that I'd like to do is pull over to Pierce Aviation and fill up over there. Now this is a diesel powered aeroplane, and here's a funny trick. You can fill it up with Jet A1. You can't use the 110 or the 100 octane petroleum fuel. You have to use Jet A1. You'll probably use road diesel on it as well, but you can't get that in the airfield. So Jet A1 is what they use. I reckon we'll go and slew over there. You just tow the aeroplane over by hand. Careful of the wingtips. They are pretty long. There we go. Back onto the avatar. So here we are, that's got the avgas pump on it. There should be a Jet A1 over there as well. It's a bit hard to see from the top there, but there's the fuel tank, or the fuel plug right on the top there. It's quite a fair way out on the wing, which can make getting to the other one a little bit harder on the other side of the airplane. I believe on these airplanes they like to, I guess you'd probably need a ladder to get up that high. This dude's relatively short compared to me. Alright, let's do the walk around. We'll assume that the fuel has gone back in. And paid for. So the first point we'll get to is here. looking at the back of the tail, we need the flaps to be extended for the walk around. So we'll do that. Electrics go on, flaps come out. Electrics go back off. Alright, flaps are looking okay. Give them a bit of a tug, make sure they don't fall off or aren't too loose or too tight. Out here we're looking at the aileron. Hi there, it's Aviator 997, how you doing? The front of the wing, make sure that we haven't damaged it while refueling there. And given the fact that we have refueled it, we should actually refuel it. It's a vehicle, fuel and payload. Just going full tanks in the left and right. We're leaving the auxiliaries as they are. See those little vertical surfaces on the top of the wing there. Front of the engine, make sure the intake is clear. All the props look good, no cracks or damage. Front of the airplane looks good. There's no weather radar on this airplane, but there is a landing gear that needs to retract into that space. And the tyres look good as well. And the other engine, intake looks good. Prop is nice. Leading of the wing looking okay. The wing tip is good. And the aileron and the flaps. Main landing gear is solid. That's right, VertX generators. Exhaust looks fine. Tail looks okay, no damage to the underside there, so no one's tail struck the airplane. And we do have a rudder trim. Up the top we can see that the elevator trim is good. And we're at the back of the airplane. Let's jump on in. Boot is closed. Back door. Pack store. And let's talk about the flight while I leave this window open. So, massive flight plan today, bunch of waypoints as well. The type of GPS that we have can only accept waypoints, not airways. So I'm just going to stick them all in. Whiskey 664, so out of Rockhampton, we're going to track straight up here to LUKPU, and I do believe it's pretty much direct. Nope, there's this one. Canbu, Kanbu. Loopku. That's going to chuck in the flight plan itself. Longreach. There's Longreach, and we have Bar Caldine as our alternate. Y bar. It's going to be 2 hours 20 minutes. got 3 hours and 20 minutes. We have an extra. Actually, I've actually got 4 hours total fuel on board. Going to be cruising at 165, and I'm going to be doing 16,000 feet. 16? Here it is, 16. There's a flight plan there. We are a G. We are IFR. Filed. Pretty interesting aircraft, this one. We've got the auxiliary pumps, which we'll probably need to use at some point. There's the option to cross feed, and there's the on. Indeed. Hi there, Owen. Peter White Electrical. Okay, so I think it's probably best we get the airplane started. It's going to stuck in some of the flight plan. We'll leave the flaps down until we start moving. Okay, the G1000 has finally started up. Going to ask it for a flight plan. There's Canbu. And Luke Poo. And Berto. And that's MOVBA. After that, direct to Longreach. That's the flight plan. And with that sorted, let's get an engine started. These are ridiculously easy engines to start. Fuel switches are on. Turn on the fuel pump and press the big button. Done. I'm going to close my window. Let's do the other engine. Start. Done. VertX master switch goes on. Flaps coming up. Takeoff position. Checklist. Afternoon start, oil pressure is good, RPM 733. Fuel selectors are set. We'll do a crossfeed check. Crossfeed checked, and we'll close that for now. And the P3D heat is on. We'll just turn it off, get the master switch. There we go. Caution is good. With the radar not available. FMS is done. Autopilot test. Autopilot's good and can be disconnected. Floodlights on, position lights on. Altimeters. T1018. Transponder. It's on ground mode. We can click on Alt. Engine temperatures in the green. Alrighty, we'll tune the sensor 120.55. Let's have a look at where we are. Yeah, we'll go with that one. What's the runway today? 210. Two is an option. I think 15 is a better option. Yep, 15. So it'll take you out via Foxtrot, backtrack onto 15 into the second node, and off we go. 2,300-ish meters. Traffic Rockhampton and a Brisbane sensor. Victor Tango X-ray is a Diamond DA62 IFR to Longreach requesting hours clearance.
Tango X-ray, this is now reported or observed traffic score 4322 and stand by for your airways clearance.
Sort code 4322, Victor Tango X-ray. 4322.
Rex 5464 departure.
Rex 5464.
Rex 5464 departing Normanton 17, track 074, climb 190, phase 45.
Rex 5464.
Rest of that checklist. Go for takeoff. Parking brake is set. Safety harnesses are adjusted. Adjustable backrest is set. Pilot and passenger doors are closed. Baggage doors are closed. Door annunciations are all off. Circuit breakers are checked. Elevator trim. Just checking on the electronic. Back in the takeoff mode. Trim checked. Fuel selectors checked on. Rudder trim is neutral. Flaps for takeoff. Flight controls. Flight controls checked and clear. Power lever is idle, MFD is set, and engine instruments are checked. Volt switches. Volts are good. And do the ECU test once we're holding short. Park and brake will actually. I do want to have a chat to the guys at here, 1181. Traffic Rockhampton, Victor Tango X-ray is a Diamond DA62 on the GA apron near the fuel bowser. We'll be taking it out to runway 15 via Foxtrot and then backtrack. Traffic Rockhampton. Alright, let's taxi. There's the hold short point. Park and brake is set. And ECS test. ECS tests are complete. Pitot heat is on. Transponder is set with the transponding code. Fuel pumps are both on. MFD is set. Park and brake is set. And lights. Lights set. Let's go. Traffic Rockhampton, Victor Tango X-ray, answering runway 15 to backtrack. Gotta love a diesel engine. Right after departure, we're making a right-hand crosswind turn and starting our climb out to 8,005. Traffic Rockhampton, Victor Tango X-ray is lining up runway 15 departure to right-hand crosswind. V2, positive rank. Gear up. There's 500. Step accelerate, accelerate to 100 knots. And flaps coming up. Traffic Rockhampton, Victor Tango X-ray departing the zone on right hand crosswind. Traffic Rockhampton. Time 29. First one, Center Victor Tango X-ray Diamond DA62 departed Rockhampton, time 29 on climb passing 1,500.
Victor Tango X-ray Brisbane Center not yet identified. Pan, Brisbane Centre X5442, 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 sub 340. Left-hand engine failure, we're passing 2,400 on climb amended 4,000, intended to the north, maintain 4,000, failure management. We have 22 POB, standby for further intention. X5442, copy pan and climb maintain 4,000. 4,000 X5442. Textbook.
Somebody calls the bridge, I guess. Not when you're talking to Centre, though. It's Brisbane Centre.
Victor Tango, X-ray identified, verify level.
Victor Tango X-ray passing 3,300.
Victor Tango, X-ray clear to Longreach, Canberra, flight plan route, climb maintain flight level 160.
Got the wrong Longreach flight plan route, climb flight level 160. Victor Tango X-ray. Grab the autopilot. Level 160 is available. Going to go to 10,000 feet and just do a test on the oxygen system. O2 system seems to be working okay. Turn that off for the moment. Now we're going to have to stick a cannula up our nose. There's VSAC.
Velocity 1328, airborne, climbing through 2,000 cubic feet, tracking director Taurus, climbing flight level 200.
Velocity 1328. In center right, cleared to Townsville via Tarot Sense flight plan route, climb initially 6,000.
Clear to Townsville and climb initially 6,000 for velocity 1328.
Center X5442. 5442. X5442, we're maintaining 4,000, tracking 360. We'll require another 5 minutes before we're ready to commence an approach. We'd like to return to Townsville via the ILS Zulu runway 01, circle land runway 19. X5442, copy the intentions and you can accept that approach. X5442.
RX 5442, we're able to advise to require any services.
Negative, Rex 5442.
5442.
Velocity 1328, request flight level 200.
Velocity 1328, climb 8000, can expect a short delay due to traffic separation.
Climb 8000 and expect short velocity 1328.
Velocity 1328, climb maintain, flight 200. Velocity 1328, climb maintain, flight level 200.
Climb maintain flight level 200 for velocity 1328, thanks.
Rex 5442, request vectors for the ILS runway 01.
Rex 5442, turn left heading 250.
Left heading 250, Rex 5442.
Rex 5442, continue the left turn heading 220.
Left 220, Rex 5442.
Rex 5442, can you accept the ILS via the ARC from free?
Rex 5442, standby. Rex 5442, request vectors onto the localizer.
Rex 5442, understood.
Oh, you can't hear me. Darn it. Yeah, as I was saying, we have the new voice codec coming in next Monday. So in a couple of days.
54.2, turn left heading 170.
So if you're
Left 170, 5442.
probably sometime Monday or Tuesday, try to log into vatsim. If you have vPilot, it should update itself as soon as you run the program. If you're not using vPilot, just make sure you have the latest version of your client. All the clients will still work. For some of the older clients that have been around for more than a decade, you may need to download a separate voice program. Make sure you have that before you next log into vatsim. Across the pond coming up in 2 weeks' time, 26th of October, and the week after that, World Flight. So it should be an interesting few weeks. New voice codec, across the pond, and World Flight. To run. Thinking that around about the time we hit Clermont, Libku, we want to climb to 18,000. But now I'm happy down here at 16, just easier on the O2. And then we'll just climb up into the bottom of the A-class airspace once we lose the E.
Group 5460, 4-star clear level.
Bird 5464 again.
Group 5460, 4-star clearance, Hendo 8 Alpha arrival, block transition, runway 33, maintain flight level 190. For 5442, turn left heading 155.
Left heading 155, Rex 5442.
So these are the last moments of the old voice codec on vatsim. About 24 hours left. Yeah, it's a bit more than 24 hours. 24 plus 12. think it is 6 AM on Monday morning, Australian time, where it switches over. Probably take about, we're talking a 24-hour shutdown, but it's probably going to be less than that, hopefully. No milk run today, no milk run this week, sorry, on Monday, but we do have a spilled milk run on Wednesday. A bit different flying the IFR.
5464 Brisbane South.
Bit different with the IFR instead of the VFR flying. Yeah, a little less less surety about what's on the ground around you.
VertX 5464 again.
VertX 5464, just to confirm that clearance is acceptable.
Should be tracking somewhere close to the Goodidella National Park and south of Mount Gardner. Won't see it from up here at 16,000 feet particularly well, but I'm imagining one of these larger forests, probably that one there, is a national park. That could be like the Mount Gardner.
VertX 5464, sorry, I'm not sure if that last one went through. Did you copy that at all?
Rex 5464 negative.
VertX 5467 would be fine, otherwise further down the track, direct Ollie 24 down the Arkendo, rejoin the staff from there works as well.
Rex 5464, thanks. Might just keep you on that star clearance, just for traffic inbound.
VertX 5464, so want direct bullet then from here? Or?
Rex 54, affirm, resume navigation track direct bullock.
Direct bullet, Rex 5464.
Rex 5442, 10 left heading 130.
Left heading 130, Rex 5442.
Mildura's not too bad. Mount Beau's an amazing place too. How do you get in the Great Lakes? In Great Lakes a private field? Sounds like a phone call or two need to be made. I've got a week off for well flight, which I'm looking forward to. So 3 weeks away from now.
Rex 5442, 10 left heading 090.
Left 090, Rex 5442.
Essendon's a fun place. I can get there pretty easy. Let's slip down the road.
Rex 5442, 3 miles to the left of the localizer. Clear for pilot except the runway 01 ILS. Report established.
Pilot intercept the localizer reported and Rocco Rex 5442.
Fine. These engines have a FADEX, so you don't have direct control over the RPM of the prop. So just push there's only two levers here, left engine and right engine. I'm just trying to figure out why it's giving me two 290 on one side and two 281 on the other with the same throttle position. The mysteries. There's Emerald over there. Dysart.
5442 established.
Don't know what MMU is. Is that Moranbah?
Rex
No, middle mount.
5442.
Middle mount. Definitely that. MRB's Moranbah.
All stations can do information. My now current change is wind 010 degrees 6 knots, temperature 27. Cans information, Mike.
Ground speed is 174.
5442 parked in the glide slope, request approach thing.
Rex 5442, established in the circling area, cleared visual approach, make right downwind from runway 19.
Within the circling area, join downwind, runway 19, clear visual approaches, confirm clear ILS approaches over Rex 5442.
What you doing up at Mount Beauty? That's more of a winter destination with skiing.
Once again, Rex 5442.
Rex 5442, sorry, I'm trying to confirm we're cleared the ILS approach.
Rex 5442, I said.
Rex 5442, thanks.
Mount Beauty is a pretty small airport as well. Tiny runway. It's pretty terrain heavy as well. There's 160, that's the speed that I'm looking for. 180 ground speed. True airspeed is 200 knots. But we didn't have a tailwind on this thing. 16,000 feet is good for us oxygen wise. But once we hit Livery, bottom of airspace is 18, so we'll actually request a climb up to 18,000 feet just before Livery, so we can stay inside the control domain. Great weather up here.
Rex 50, 442, wind 350 degrees, 1 knots, runway 19, clear to land.
Runway 19, clear to land, Rex 50, 442.
Okay, 274. Last waypoint was Cambu. And have 20 gallon fuel. Little town called Belcomba, no airport there. Should be a lake right next to it. Coming up. Junee State Forest, just to the, I guess I'd call it east of Middlemont, just off our wing there. That could be it.
350-442 enable advise your intentions.
350-442, we might just disconnect them here. Thanks for that.
Aussie 1328 clearance available.
$25 minutes to get to the next waypoint, so that'll be 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. 20 minutes past the hour.
Brisbane Center velocity 1140, flight level 340.
Hi Rossi, how you doing?
Velocity 1140 Brisbane tonight.
$33 knot headwind. True airspeed at 202, 180 knots ground speed. So I was watching the Bathurst 1000 tomorrow. Kind of like the AFL. Start, finish, not much in between. I didn't even really watch the AFL. I said sacrilegiously. Barely even remember who was playing, never mind who won. In our role, I remember. Good old Roosters.
Velocity 1328, Brisbane Centre.
Okay, down Longreach, we're looking at a QNH of 1011, Cav OK, there's a big surprise there. QNH in the 30s, possible low of 22, wind 170 at 12. Yeah, alright, 22 will be arriving from the November Gulf. Cool. Happy with that. Yeah, I did. Rabbin. That was fun. Took the Monday off. Already had it off. Yeah, went up to, was it Marimbula? Not Marimbula. Other one. Malakuta. And then back. Had some issues with refueling. Because the credit cards weren't working on the refueling bowsers, so we had to head down to Bairnsdale, essentially on reserve fuel. Got to Bairnsdale with pretty close to minimum reserves, and we kind of got stuck there as well because their fuel bowser ran off the same credit card system. So we sat there for an hour waiting for the guys to come in and fix their fuel bowser system. So that was exciting. Yeah, I'll do it again. Always fun to jump into Cessna 172.
Route 5464 when ready, descend via the star 7000, 10 Stuart 100.
Diesel 114, request to be, leave the flight deck for 2 minutes. Flight ready to send via star 7000, 1018, Route 5464.
114. Velocity 1328, Brisbane Centre.
Anyone rock up at the same time? No, we're kind of stuck there all alone. Most of the east of Victoria, a bit of a ghost town. How accurate? 3.5? Yeah, nah. Try 1,500, maybe at best. 1,500 overcast. Somewhere close to 8 octaves, maybe 7 octaves at best. Insufficient funds. Funny. Now we tried 2 different credit cards. Wasn't a credit card balance that was a problem. It was a credit card system. That was eventually confirmed. I think we might need a one of those like proprietary cards from Mobile or something. Like not a credit card, but an actual fueling card. Because eventually, that's the way that we got it. We got some dude that was the bus driver for Bairnsdale to come down, and he put his aviation fuel card reader through, and it worked. So that's hilarious. Yeah, met man, 3,500 scattered. When we got up into the sky, it was 1,500, maybe 2,000 in some parts, but it's pretty bad weather. I had to say, sit down at 1,000 feet along the coastline, all the way around. A long way around. Couldn't go through the valley in the morning. It eventually lifted in the afternoon. Still wasn't amazing. Probably about 3,005 by the afternoon, but yeah. Not sure if I get any usable footage out of it. I don't think my voice recorder picked up much at all. We had some issues with the back seat audio jacks producing a lot of noise, so we cut them out with the crew button, so it cuts the back and the forward. But unfortunately, that means you can't hear us in the front from the back seat recorder. So yeah, basically no audio apart from engine noise. So we'll see what I can do with it. Probably not much. Nothing long anyway. Maybe one of those 10-minute vlogs.
Velocity 1328, Brisbane Centre.
One thing I should have probably thought about was maybe stick the recorder inside my ear.
Race 5464, that was 190.
You just rattle it.
Race 5464.
Pop your microphone inside the headset. It's an option. It's a good option, but it's an option.
Brisbane Centre, good evening. Jetstar 24 Heavy at Cairns Gate 3, requesting clearance with information Mike requesting clearance to the Gold Coast.
Jetstar 24%, good afternoon. Clear to Gold Coast via Swift, thanks flight en route, hands to departure, runway 33, climb via the 6000, squawk 4337, departures with me 120 Daysall 55.
Oh, great.
Clear to the Gold Coast, runway 33, hands to departure. Climb via the SID, the 6000. Squawk is 4337. Departures with you on 120.55. Jetstar 24.
Jetstar 24.
I found a solution to have broken wisdom teeth. I don't have any anymore. Have them all removed. Oh, Simulation GP, how you doing? LFAD. I don't know that they've found, I'll look it up. Compagnie. Sorry. Australian trying to pronounce French. Not going to work. When I first put LFAD into Google, I got loving from a distance, long distance relationship forum. That's hilarious. Ah dear.
North Station Cairns information November now, current changes wind 020 degrees 6 knots, clouds scattered 1,900, scattered 3,400, temperature 26, QNH 1009, changes Cairns information November.
A1009 Rex 5464.
Alright, so in a little while I'll just ask for a climb for 18,000, level 180. The reasoning behind that is I want to stay inside the Class E airspace, so don't go into Class G. The reason we're staying down there at 16,000 right now is because we're using oxygen, and I thought we could acclimatise ourselves into the idea of being above 10,000 feet with the tubes shoved up our nose. Now that we've gotten used to the idea and we're not fake it out, oxygen is definitely working. Let's see, we've used some of it.
Aussie 1328, Brisbane Centre.
We will go ahead and climb up before we hit the next waypoint. 7 minutes. Keeps us inside the Class E.
Rex 5464, descend via the Star 6000.
So via Star Signal Rex 5464.
Brisbane Centre, Victor Tango X-ray request.
Victor Tango X-ray.
Victor Tango X-ray request to climb flight level 180.
Victor Tango X-ray, climb flight level 180.
Level 180, Victor Tango X-ray. 18,000, we'll go into the FLC and we'll reduce that speed down to about 140 on the climb. The rest of the engine parameters stay the same. Get ready for some ear popping.
Rex 5464 request the approach.
Rex 5464, cleared the localizer approach runway 33.
Clear localizer runway 33, Rex 5464.
Thousand to run. Happily pumping that O2 straight to your nose.
Rex 5464, wind 020 degrees 6 knots, runway 33, clear to land.
Runway 33, clear to land, Rex 5464.
Stations Brisbane, Centre away for 1 minute.
80% is everything I can make it out. Hi there, Jack, how you doing? That's our position. Claremont right below us now. Airport called Claremont. There it is. Got to go off crew headset for a little while to take a phone call. Not quite yet, but within the next half hour. Just be aware of it. Flying over Claremont right now. Then I'll head down towards Bar Caldine, wherever the Blair Athol State Forest. Still rather green out here. Don't even think there's a town between Claremont and Alpha, which is almost directly south. That's where that road's going, down to Alpha. Very little in the way of civilization down there.
Right, City 464, South. Right, City 464, South.
5464, taxi line.
Taxi there, City 464.
Victor Tango X-ray, leaving control area, control service, no further ATC available, monitor Unicom 122A, small 8, good afternoon. Tango X-ray Brisbane Centre.
Big Tango X-ray, copy that. Okay, we've left Brisbane Centre. We do have an FSS in front on top of us. Just monitor them for a little while.
Aussie 1140, clearance available.
Go ahead, velocity 1140.
Aussie 1140, Hendo 8 Alpha, arrival barrier transition, runway 33, maintain flight level 340.
Hendo 3 Alpha, arrival runway 33 at the barrier transition, maintain flight level 340, velocity 1140.
See you, Aviator. Have a good one. Just been putting together a spreadsheet for world flight. All the sceneries that I'll be using, what time I'll be up, and what time I'll be in bed. Location of each leg. This one I'm looking at doing 1, 2, 3, 4-ish. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 23, 23, 24, 25, 26 of the 40, 42 I think it is. .45, sorry. 45 legs. Yeah, 32 of them. Not too bad. Spreadsheets for your fun.
Takeoff 416 is descending flight level 250. Direction 240.
Takeoff 416.
So about halfway through the flight now. Roughly halfway. I actually lost 8 knots by climbing. Most of that to the headwind. Headwind got worse the higher we get. Because true airspeed 4 knots better than it was before. But yeah, I've lost more than 10 knots now. Hi there, James. Yeah, nice to be back in the old Diamond. Good airplane. Easy to fly. Goes pretty quick. We'll be in it for a little while longer. I'm planning to take this airplane all the way around the next couple of legs.
Golf Eagle Mike,
Aussie 1140 when ready, descend via the star flight level 190.
Yes, I do intend to do the Rome to Rio.
Flight level 190, velocity 1140.
Love me some Rio de Janeiro. Good practice for world flight as well as across the pond. It's kind of like a cross the pond preview. Hopefully they'll have air traffic control the whole way. Ah, you saw there's only one of them in Australia, DA62. Now I'll just double check its thing. It's Delta November uniform. So yeah, Delta November uniform's the only DA62 in Australia. Looks a bit like that. Certainly good looking airplane. At this stage I'm thinking 777 for the Rome to Rio. Seems to be the most logical If I had an A330, I'd probably do it on that, but I don't. So 777 it is. Right next to saw. Good stuff. So for the GA tour, I'm expecting to take this airplane over to Birdsville,
416,
Billawheeler,
monitor Unicorn 122.80.
up to
Monitor
Cloncurry,
Unicorn 122.80. Yeah.
over to Richmond, and then over to Mackay. After that, we'll jump into a different airplane.
Brisbane, center velocity 1140.
What you going to study at store? What you going to fly there? Little yellow things? Oh, losing the speed. There's my phone call.
Station 10's information asking now track changes wind 040 degrees, 4 knots. Looking 3,200, temperature 25. Changes 10's Oscar.
Brisbane Centre velocity 1140 is now back and leaving flight level 340.
Velocity 1140.
Brisbane Centre, Jetstar 24, ready for pushback and engine start.
Jetstar 24, push and start approved.
Push and start approved, Jetstar 24.
Velocity 1140, descend by the star 7000, VQNH 1009.
Descend by the star 7000, QNH 1019, velocity 1140.
Velocity 1140, 1009.
1009, sorry, velocity 1140.
Centre Jetstar 24, ready for taxi.
Jetstar 24, taxi, Delta, Charlie, Bravo, Bravo 5, hold short, runway 33.
And we're back.
Taxi Delta Charlie Bravo, hold short runway 33, Jetstar 24.
Elijah doesn't believe that anyone can finish SOAR aviation course in 14 months, and I probably agree with that too. That's a minimum times you know to get those. A bit. Sure. Pretty safe bet. $16 months. There you go. That's my bet. Yeah, 18 seems about right. 16 if you're really pushing it. Some kind of weird genius. Alright, let's have a look at our arrival details for our arrival. Which is a bit of tautology there. Runway 22 for the arrival. The Arnav Zulu, runway 22. Start the approach at 2,300. Minimum's 1140, that's already been set. And elevation of the airfield is 624. No, it can't be less. The reason is that's the minimum time that they're allowed to give out. Any less than that, they actually don't meet requirements from CASA. So yeah, 14 months is absolute minimum time.
Aussie 1140 from Hendo, clear the localizer approach runway 3.
Actually, so they can for velocity 1140.
Velocity 11 from Hendo, clear the localizer approach runway 33.
From Hendo cleared the localizer approach runway 33, velocity 1140.
Enter Jetstar 24, holding short runway 33, ready for takeoff.
About 24, do you require backtrack?
We do require full runway for takeoff, Jetstar 24.
Jetstar 24, enter and backtrack 33, report ready.
That's about around.
Enter backtrack 33, we'll report when ready, Jetstar 24.
Yeah, we need to, what was it, 10 miles before we make the turn? Still heading out towards Bar Caldine, which is where Movba roughly is. James asking me or Jack? If it's me, I do not have a multi-engine. I've only ever flown single.
Center, Jetstar 24 lined up, runway 33, ready for takeoff.
Jetstar 24 is 5, right heading 050, runway 33, clear for takeoff.
After takeoff, heading 050, ready for takeoff. Jetstar 24.
I don't currently have plans to do a rating on multi-engines. Not yet. Maybe one day. At the moment I barely get to do my single stuff, so when I actually have some money and some time. It's not a career for me, so I'm pretty content with the single. Good old single day VFR. South Australia Air Show at Edinburgh. Last day of Warflight. Intriguing. Not something I can get to. Auxiliary pumps off. Okay, CTAF down there is 126.7.
Aussie, looking for you, wind 040 degrees, 4 knots, 33, clear to land.
Runway 33, clear to land, velocity 1140.
Let's have a look at when we should start descending. That's 56 miles. We've got 18,000 feet.
Brisbane's velocity 1140 vacated runway 33 on Bravo 3.
Aussie 1140, taxi Charlie 3, Charlie to...
Charlie 3 lead to the bay, velocity 1140.
Yeah, pretty much after Balcaldine. Mobba will start the descent. Nah, no A2 connected. It's not stuck in my nose either. But yeah, some hardcore simming. We've got the O2 tank running. We're down to 1500 PSI in the tank. On board ticker 223. How are we doing? Impressed or dismayed? Oh well. One or the other. You'll be dismayed when you actually find out what I'm actually wearing around across my nose. Because it's not what you think it is. It's pretending to be that, and I'm glad it got you, because that's the intention. It's meant to look like a cannula. And on camera, I guess it does, kind of. Both. Why not both? We've been watching our good friend Stefan Drury. He just got an oxygen system connected in his SR22 recently. Quite interesting to see him fly up at in the teens. See how high up he can get.
information per par. Our current change is wind 020 degrees, 3 knots, cloud out at 1,800. Changes cans information per par.
So begin our descent. Get an estimate from here before we start down. Dark Caldine down there somewhere. There it is.
Center, once it's tree 32 is with you.
Quarters 332 Brisbane Centre, climb to flight level 280.
Up to 28 on a tree 32.
So time 18 from now, currently 20. We'll add to that. Time 40. Yeah, we could do a southwest landing down to Barcaldine, but who wants to go there? Nobody. Sometimes I do wonder how these towns began to exist and why they continue to persist. Anyway. Brisbane Centre, Victor Tango X-ray, Diamond DA62. Estimate Longreach at time 40. Descending now, leaving flight level 180. There's 9,000, we'll start on down.
Victor Tango X-ray, repeat your position please.
Currently overhead Barcaldine heading towards a Longreach at 18,000. He did forget us.
Victor Tango X-ray, contact Melbourne Centre on 1. Contact Melbourne Centre on 120.55.
120.55, Victor Tango X. 150 knots seems about right. It's 155 then. $126.7 set for the CTO. Set. Okay, lighting lights on, taxi lights on. Ah, get those ears working. Okay, they're saying 1,000 a minute. Lowest safe is 3001. And intercept is 23. See how far out we are. Coming out of 10,000 feet, we can come off the O2. Oxygen shut off. Confirmed. Let's get this stuff out of our nose. And there we are. Back to normal breathing. Hi there, Cycletives. OZX comes with some airports, but not many. It does update some of them, but it's not really for airports. So if you're expecting to see amazing detailed airports, you'll be disappointed. It's broadcast out. We are, what? About 15 minutes away. No, not 15. 8 minutes away. Time 40. Traffic Longreach. Victor Tango X-ray is a Diamond DA62 inbound for runway 22. Estimate arrival at time 40. We'll be setting up for Australian approach via the RNAV Zulu. Traffic Longreach. Right, we can descend into the approach now, 2,300. 2,300 set. And what was that QNH again? 1011. 1011 set. The black box A320 is a pile of steaming thing that's a pile that steams. I'm not going to buy it. I'm not recommending anyone else does either. If you absolutely cannot wait and you have lots of money to burn, then sure, go ahead and buy the A330. I guess it'll tide you over until the Aerosoft comes out with their A330. But if you can possibly wait, or you have, you know, not that much spare cash to throw around, save your money. Approach mode is selected. Steaming pile of mashed potato. Mashed potato, mashed potato. Approach mode is set, glide path is in. I believe I have the runway. Traffic Longreach, Victor Tango X-ray, Diamond DA62. Final approach runway 22, traffic Longreach. 1,000 to roll, landing gear down. My airplane. Runway is in sight, we are on the path. Has 120 knots, flaps approach, set. Okay, safety harness is fastened, adjustable back racks are upright, parking brake is released, rudder trim is set to neutral. Gear, 3 green, landing light is on. Fuel pump's on. And final check, flaps, gear, rudder trim. Okay, we'll go to the final approach flaps, sets. Landing gear is down, rudder trim is neutral. Little low on the approach. Power in. 1,000 above. It's 500 above. Sorry. Stable. That's the minimums. We are continuing. Holding a general aviation aeroplane steady this late in the afternoon. All those thermals are just bouncing around today. Yeah, they're a bit bright, aren't they? Landing lights off, strobes off. Traffic Longreach, Victor Tango XA, vacated runway 22. There's a museum that we'll see next flight. Probably do a fairly short flight next one. I'm thinking maybe down to Quilpie, maybe even just back to Balcaldine, so we can spend some time looking at this during the stream. But there we go, 747-200, 707. So we're bathed in green light. Flaps coming up. Looking good. Park and brake is set. FD is off. I'm happy with that. Let's shut it down. Taxi light off. And off we go. Cool. So here we are at Longreach. Original home of Qantas. Get all my settings sorted. This is where Qantas began. Chuck and a wheel chuck. And a tie down. Massive wingspan on these things. Well, the stars are out. It's night time. The Air Museum is closed. Going to go ahead and shut the doors here. And with that done, I'm happy to say that we have arrived. Up to Longreach. Next time on the tour, we'll take this aeroplane out, possibly back to Balcaldine, and then a little bit further down south, then into the Red Centre. So sometime with the new Voitko deck, I assume, we will be visiting Birdsville. Alright, so I'm going to go off, grab some dinner, and we'll see how we get on with this cross the pond if it works. The, what's they calling it? Can't remember the name of this event that they're doing, but they were flying from, yeah, we can open it, we can take a look at that 747. But anyhow, I'll be back in about an hour and a half to fly from Rome over to Rio de Janeiro. We may or may not make it all the way, because if there's no air traffic control over significant portions of that flight, I might go to bed, but we'll give it a try. Until then, I've been Musical Aviator, and I'll see you guys next flight. Bye for now.